वेलकम बैक टू WWC यानी कि गुलसी चैनल में तुम लोगों का फिर से एक बार स्वागत है। जैसे मैंने तुम लोगों को कहते आ रहा था कि मैंने कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन तुम लोगों के साथ शेयर करूंगा, कुछ इंफॉर्मेटिव वीडियोस आने वाला है। बहुत दिन से मैं तुम लोगों को बोल रहा था, तो अभी एक इंफॉर्मेटिव वीडियो, ये जो वीडियो अभी तुम लोग देख रहे हो, ये एक वैसी वीडियो है जिसके ऊपर मैं तुम लोगों को शायद पहले बता भी चुका हूँ कि मैं ईवी के ऊपर वीडियो करूँगा, प्योर ईवी एंड अदर व्हीकल्स इन कंपैरिजन टू अदर व्हीकल्स ईवी, व्हाट इज द फ्यूचर ऑफ ईवी, व्हाट इज द प्रेजेंट पोजीशन ऑफ ईवी स्पेशली इन इंडियन मार्केट एज वेल एज इन वर्ल्ड मार्केट। तो ये वीडियो देखते रहो, अंत तक देखते रहो, यानी कि कीप वॉचिंग टिल एंड ऑफ द वीडियो so that you guys can have an idea of the valuable information, whether you are still dithering about whether to buy, whether to put your where to put rather your hard-earned money for EV, for a pure EV or for a hybrid or for an ICE vehicle. Let's have a look. देखो दोस्तों, ईवी अभी जो देख रहे हो, as you are looking at EV, we are seeing that across the world people are talking about EVs. A few people are running after EVs. Why? First, we have to understand the reason behind this. The primary reason is emission, as we all know it. Emission from gasoline vehicles, GHG emission, हम लोग जिसे कहते हैं ग्रीन हाउस गैस emissions. To reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, the alternative is pure EV. That's fine. We are seeing that company like Tesla in United States is a big EV manufacturing company, and exclusively they manufacture only EV vehicles and no other vehicles, but pure EVs. We all know that. There are other companies as well in China, BYD and other companies are also there, who have invested a huge billions of dollars for developing this EV technology. But still, if you look at the present scenario in comparison to the scenario immediate before pandemic and scenario now, if you look at the scenario, what is the present scenario of EVs in United States of America? What is the present scenario of EVs? What is the present sales figures and other things of EVs in the Europe, in the European countries? You will find that EV sales across the world is on the wane, is declining. What is the reason behind that? Then shouldn't we run after EVs? Or shouldn't we decide to buy EVs? If we decide to buy EVs, when? If we don't decide to buy EVs, then what is the alternative? We'll discuss all these things today with you people, with you friends. See, if you look at the figures of EV sales in the United States of America, you will find that the EV sales of even Tesla has gone down considerably. Apart from a few Scandinavian countries like Finland, Greenland and others, EV sales in Europe also has gone down. But in Chinese market, EVs are doing still well. Now if you come to our Bharat, what is the scenario in Bharat? If you look at the present scenario of EVs, Tatas have invested a lot of money behind EV technology, which is laudable, praiseworthy. Mahindra, you can say, is the pioneer company in India who invested considerable amount of money for research and development of EVs, EV technology. We know that the first electric vehicle in India was introduced by Mahindra. Tata's came into the picture later on. But the thing is, why? What is the advantage of EVs over ICE vehicles? What are the advantages? First, let's have a look of the advantages of EVs over ICE vehicles. Number 1, less GHG gas emission. Number 2, no need to rely on costly gasoline. I mean petrol, diesel and all these fuels. Number 3, no need to bother about the maintenance cost, because the maintenance cost of EVs in comparison to the apparent maintenance cost of EVs, to be specifically saying, is quite less than that of an ICE vehicle. Improved driving experience. If you have already traveled in an EV or driven an EV, you must be knowing that how comfortable those cars, the pure EVs and pure EVs, how comfortable. It is quite comfortable, smooth, much smoother than an ICE vehicle. These are the advantages of an EV in the United States of America. First, let's talk about the market of United States of America. Then we will come to the market of India. So these are the advantages in United States. You can say these are the advantages across the world of EVs. Now, if you have a look at the disadvantages of EVs in the United States of America, what are those disadvantages? First of all, we all know that the primary barrier for an EV vehicle, pure EV vehicle, is its range. That means if you charge the vehicle to its fullest, to 100%, how much kilometer it will run? That's a considerable concern for pure EVs. Secondly, high recharge time. If you go to a petrol pump, to a gas refuel station, it takes how much time to refill your vehicle? Barely 5 to 10 minutes, not more than that. But if you go to recharge your EV, it is a quite time consuming factor. So that's a great disadvantage of a pure EV. Number 3, limited charging infrastructure. Even in the United States of America, yes brothers, even in the United States of America, there is a lack of charging infrastructure for EVs. Number 4, high upfront cost vis-a-vis an ICE vehicle. You can all understand the scenario. You can all understand why I'm saying it. If you go to buy, for example, if you go to buy a normal ICE vehicle, let's take an example of Tata Nexon. If you go to buy a Tata Nexon ICE vehicle, how much does it cost? In comparison, if you go to buy a Tata Nexon EV, how much does it cost? Just think about it. The same scenario prevails in the United States also. High upfront cost. Then, maintenance cost. Apparently, the maintenance cost of an EV seems to be less than that of an ICE vehicle. But what happens when the battery warranty level expires? Those who are familiar with the EV vehicles must be knowing that the companies provide 7 to 8 years warranty, or kilometer wise 1 lakh 50 to 2 lakh kilometers warranty for a battery, EV battery pack. But what happens after that, beyond that limit? You need to replace the EV battery. If you take an example of a Tesla vehicle, how much is the battery cost? Almost 40 to 45% of a vehicle. It matters, it really matters. So after that warranty, whenever that battery reaches that level or exceeds that level of warranty period of 7 years or 1.5 or 2 lakh kilometers, depends upon company, whichever is less. Whenever that battery passes that time or that number of kilometers, you have to go for replacement of the battery, and that will cost you again a considerable amount, if not at times 40 to 45% of a new vehicle, which matters, really matters. The next disadvantage of a pure EV is weight. We know that pure EV vehicles are quite weighty due to its battery pack, heavy battery pack. Next, in harsh weathers, in very warm weather, in a very cold, chilled weather, EV's performance deteriorates. When a company sells a vehicle, they claim a lot of things what they have tested in their factory or in some specific condition, but that condition should not, rather does not prevail in the real life always. So in that case, what happens? You have to face the first discharge of battery, EV battery, in very harsh weather condition. I am talking about in a very hot or in a very cold weather. Last disadvantage of an EV in the United States of America is less resale value in comparison to an ICE vehicle. Because when you are going to resell your EV, when you are about to resell your EV, the man who is your customer, he knows that either you have consumed the battery up to its 80% of its lifespan, or to the best up to 50% of his lifespan or 60% of his lifespan. And if he buys the vehicle from you, he has to bear the cost of the battery in a very near future, in a short period of time. So naturally, this perception brings down the cost of a resale value of a pure EV vehicle, even in the United States of America. These are the practical things that I am sharing with you guys. But don't construe that I am discouraging you people to buy a pure EV vehicle. No, I am not discouraging you to buy it. So let's come to the scenario of India now. Then I will conclude.